Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, we are back, and guys, while I was gone, Bitcoin did a whole lot of nothing interesting, and I'm kind of happy about that because it means I didn't miss anything all that important. But in today's video, we are going to be breaking down the technical landscape on Bitcoin for the first time in about a week, and I am excited to get into it. Guys, Bitcoin has been trading sideways as I have been away, and it's actually kind of concerning me because as I sit down and look at the chart for the first time in almost a week, I start to wonder, is Bitcoin losing its bullish momentum? Is Bitcoin losing its upward strength? Is Bitcoin losing that rally that we were in before I left? And is Bitcoin about to head to the downside? Guys, we are going to be discussing all of that and more in today's video, and I'll also catch you up at the end of the video about how my trip went, because some of you guys, I'm sure, are interested. Most of you probably aren't. Most of you really don't care, so that's why I'll put it at the end. But guys, we're not going to delay any longer. Before we jump on into it, I do want to ask you to hit that like and subscribe button because I am back and I ain't going anywhere for a little while. By the way, we have some news on The Office. We'll talk about that later on as well. But without much further ado, guys, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. Oh boy, did I miss saying that. Guys, how you doing? I hope you're all doing well. I am very excited to be back here on YouTube. It feels really weird when I wake up in the morning and I don't record a video. I wake up and I immediately get to doing whatever I'm doing. And there's no video in there because there's supposed to be about an hour of time I spend in the morning on these videos. And when it's not happening, it just feels weird. So let's jump onto the chart. Ooh, man, I'm so excited. Heck yeah, I am freaking pumped to be back. Hell yeah. Guys, the week that I was away brought a whole lot of nothing on Bitcoin, and I'm happy about that, but I'm also kind of sad about that. I'll tell you why exactly. I'm happy about it because that means I didn't miss anything all that important that you guys couldn't have figured out on your own, but it also concerns me because if we look at the hourly chart here, we can see that Bitcoin had been trending to the upside in a quite strong fashion for quite a few weeks here, but it has become especially apparent as I've been gone that Bitcoin is actually starting to move into a sideways trend. As you guys can see, Bitcoin has set another low, Bitcoin has set another high, and technically speaking, in the medium term right here, this is a short-term downtrend. Now, if we look at the slightly longer term here, what we're going to see instead is that barring the obvious examples of higher lows and higher highs that we are definitely having, Bitcoin most certainly looks to me on a clean chart like it's trading sideways. You can say what you want about higher lows, higher highs, news, fundamentals, bull markets, bear markets, rallies, downtrends, halvings, whatever. You can say all of that. The fact of the matter is, the Bitcoin market looks like it's trading sideways. And oftentimes, we can get way off in the weeds and not be seeing the forest for the trees and get confused because we think, oh, well, this one technical says we're going up. This one technical says we're going down. Well, take a look at the chart. What does it look like it's doing? Right now, it looks like it's trading sideways. And that might not seem like that big of a deal at first, but it actually is because as we've talked about in videos over in the Academy, when Bitcoin is moving from an uptrend to a downtrend or from a downtrend to an uptrend, there are two ways that it can do it. Either it can V-bottom or top, a V-top being an example that we saw at the end of 2017 when Bitcoin hit $20,000. We went up and then immediately came right back down. Or, as we saw at the end of 2018 and the beginning of 2019, Bitcoin can come down, 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 flatten out for a few months, and then start rallying. That's kind of a bottoming pattern. That's kind of a flattening movement. Normally it happens at the bottom of trends, but it can happen at the top too, and that seems to be what we're looking at right now. The fact that I've been away has actually been very good for me because it allows me to have a fresh perspective on what this market is doing. Bitcoin very clearly looks like it's starting to round out. And to be fair to us, before I had left, this is what the market looked like. It certainly looked like Bitcoin was still trending to the upside, but we play this forward a little bit. And yeah, guys, it really doesn't look like Bitcoin's doing a whole lot of anything but trading sideways. So what does this actually mean for the cryptocurrency? Well, guys, we were seeing early warning signs of this before I headed for the hills, quite literally, and Bitcoin was already starting to flatten out a little bit. Bitcoin had tried to get above $10,000. Bitcoin had tried to get above 10.4. Bitcoin had tried to get above that long-term downtrending level of resistance that we've talked about so much over the past couple of months. But Bitcoin, so far anyway, has not been able to do that. So does that mean that Bitcoin is going into some kind of bull flag and is about to break to the upside again, or does it instead mean that Bitcoin is losing its bullish momentum? I'll be honest with you guys, I am inclined to lean in the direction of Bitcoin losing its bullish momentum. I'll tell you why. What happened here at the end of 2018, early 2019? Yep, Bitcoin jumped off a cliff, dropped 50% of its valuation, shredded over $50 billion in market cap for Bitcoin alone. But what Bitcoin did after that is pretty similar to what we're seeing happen right now. Bitcoin started trading sideways. And this is one of the ways that those markets reverse. Like we said, we have V bottoms and tops, and we have sideways trading tops. Really, those are the only two ways that a market reverses. One thing you'll notice, however, is that when Bitcoin has some kind of V-top or bottom like this, oftentimes it is going to correct and continue the same trend that it had because it's just a temporary movement. We saw the same thing happen here at $5,000, $3,000. We saw it happen at a bottom at $3K. We saw it happen at a bottom at $1,800. We saw it happen here and here and here and here and here and here. But tell me, how often on the chart does Bitcoin start trading sideways like we saw here? Or sideways like we saw here, and it doesn't result in some kind of trend reversal. Guys, you know the point of these videos is not just to give you up-to-date technical analysis. The point of these videos is also to teach you about technical analysis so you can see these markets and these trends on your own without needing us. And guys, one of the things that I want you to understand, one of the main lessons in this video is the nature of sideways markets. When markets start trending sideways, it means the market's trying to tell you something. What is it trying to tell us in this case? In my opinion, the fact that we have not been able to get above these levels of support and resistance for so long, the fact of the matter is we are still in an economic recession, globally speaking, and we are still in a pandemic. This is a hard time for Bitcoin to rally. And with that understanding in mind, it makes a lot of sense that Bitcoin would be trading sideways. Of course, we've had a lot of bullishness, but at the end of the day, all we did was correct right back up to where we started before we had a major black swan crash that dropped Bitcoin. We're right back where we were. So yes, I am inclined to actually be leaning bearish here. Guys, we've had 4 red days in a row on the daily chart as I've been away. They're not very big, but that is telling. When was the last time we saw 4 big red days? We saw it right here. It was pretty big and we bounced, but this looks like the beginning of something. Are we putting in some kind of head and shoulders pattern here? Does the weekly chart MACD converging on itself mean something important for us? Does the RSI having a new downtrend up here on its tops and indicating a new downtrend on the RSI indicate something significant happening in the future? Guys, these are questions that we need to be asking. I have been away for a week, and I actually really love when I go away for a week, not because I want to be away from Bitcoin, but when I get back, I'm able to have a fresh perspective, not bastardized by the technical analysis that I've done in recent days. And what I can tell you from my fresh perspective from being gone for a week, I turned off my phone, didn't look at charts for a second. I can tell you what I am seeing on this market, and I have a feeling you're going to want to listen to this. Bitcoin is trading sideways. Bitcoin was trending to the upside. There are bullish technicals and fundamentals to drive Bitcoin to the upside in the long term. We're talking 6 months, 12 months, 24 months out. But short term, we are losing momentum. If Bitcoin was unable to break $10,000 when we had all of this momentum, when Bitcoin was rallying 10% in a day on some cases, how is Bitcoin going to do it now when we've lost our excitement? How is that going to happen? Ask yourself that question. Guys, at the end of the day, technical analysis is not about giving answers. Technical analysis is about asking questions. You need to ask the right questions, and there's nothing wrong with asking more questions than you think you need to. Keep asking questions such as this. Why, instead of Bitcoin trading against the downtrend with an uptrending market, is Bitcoin now trending to the downside and starting to break some of these uptrending levels of support that we saw and drew before I left? Why are Bitcoin shorts going up over the last 2 weeks? Why are Bitcoin longs falling through the floor in the month of June? Why should we believe that Bitcoin is going to be able to break to the upside in some kind of crazy random event when Bitcoin was unable to do it back over here when we had all of our bulls strong, fresh, and ready to go? I want you guys to continue asking questions because at the end of the day, there are only a few ways that people learn things, and they all go back to someone learning it the hard way. Guys, I, from a very young age, have decided to try and learn things the easy way because what I found out back in, I think, middle school was the people around me that are 3-4 times my age at the time, they've been through the things that I've been through. It's generally a good idea to listen to their advice and then critique their advice rather than try to reinvent the wheel myself. Every lesson that has ever been learned by humanity has been learned the hard way. If you have learned a lesson and you didn't have to learn it the hard way, thank God someone learned it the hard way so that you didn't have to. It is vital that we continue to ask questions about what the chart is doing, about why the chart is doing it, about where Bitcoin is going, and why Bitcoin is moving in the way that it is. It's vital that you ask questions in life, and it's vital that you ask questions in analysis. You need to be asking as many questions as possible because the answers may be right before you. You might be able to find an answer to a question you didn't even know you needed to ask or you thought was unworthy of your time to ask. But let me tell you something. Getting the answer to a question that you don't need is far more valuable than never having asked the question for which you need an answer. So in technical analysis and in life, never let your pride blind you. Never let it stop you from asking the questions that need to be asked. Never let it convince you that you have it all figured out because I guarantee you don't have an infinitesimal percent of 1% of it figured out. You don't, period. Matthew 23:12, for whoever exalts himself will be humbled, and whoever humbles himself will be exalted. That's something that I saw when I was playing pool with my siblings. One of them was all pride, all showing the guns, going to town, all excited to win, got beat 3 times in a row by someone that had barely ever played pool and who I was teaching. They wanted so bad so bad to have the bragging rights of being able to beat their sister at pool. And they lost it because they got prideful and they forgot to aim. Keep yourself humble, keep yourself asking questions, and keep wondering, why is Bitcoin trading sideways here? If Bitcoin was truly bullish, wouldn't we be trending to the upside? Maybe this is a bull flag. Ask yourself that question too. But don't forget to ask the question, why is Bitcoin trending sideways and not up? I think you'll find something interesting in the answer to that. So keep asking those questions. Anyway, guys, that is the end of the analysis. I'm going to catch you up a little bit on how my trip went because I had a lot of fun. I'm wearing a shirt. It's got this whitewater rafting up on the Pigeon, the Lil Pidge, as I call it. I was born up in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and we got to go back, and oh man, it is gorgeous up there. For any of y'all who have ever been up to the Appalachians, it is absolutely gorgeous. I never buy souvenirs, and this is my hometown. This is the place I love, so I decided to do it. This is the coffee mug I'm drinking. Check that out. Great Smoky Mountains National Park, established 1934. Heck yeah. Guys, I had a grand old time. No, I didn't die. No, I didn't get censored. No, my sunburn didn't, kill me or anything. By the way, it's all healed now. Thank you guys for your concern. I really do appreciate the love. It's really important to get away sometimes, and I definitely needed a break. I've been cooped up in my house during this whole quarantine thing for like 4 or 5 months, and it really just was kind of getting to me. So I'm glad that this trip happened. There's so many things that we're working on. By the way, I have good news. The landlord accepted the offer that we were proposing, so we're probably going to be getting the lease signed on our office on Monday or Tuesday. They're going to send it to me, I'm assuming Monday, and I'll have it over to my attorney, and they'll read over it, and we'll probably have something in writing by this time next week. So guys, we are moving forward. Move-in date for this lease is going to be September 1st. This is going to be a wild ride of a year. Have I not been telling you guys for the last 6 months that this was going to be a great year here on the channel, and I'm hoping it's a great year for you guys. I want to hear how this year is going for you in the comments section down below. I want to hear how you guys did for the week that I was gone. I want to hear about your life, your stories, and everything. I want to hear about all of it down below. Tell me, what's the most interesting place you've ever visited? Where in the world do you feel like is home? Because for me, it's the Great Smoky Mountains National Forest. Guys, I took over 1,500 pictures on this trip, and a lot of them I'm going to be posting to my Twitter. You can follow me at CryptoJeb. If you guys want to see some of those pictures, I am going to be posting them probably tomorrow because I have a lot to do today, having just gotten back last night. I haven't even unpacked yet because I want to get these videos out for you. But if you'd like to see some of the awesome pictures that I and my little sister took, then I would encourage you to go ahead and follow me at CryptoJeb. You'll also figure out whether or not I died or if I'm just on vacation for when this happens again, because I know a lot of you guys didn't know what was going on. Anyway, guys, that is going to pretty much wrap it out for this video. Before I go, though, guys, I just want to thank you because this trip would not have been as special to me if I didn't have something to return home to that I love doing. Because at the end of the day, going on vacation and coming back to a life that you don't enjoy means that the vacation was nothing more than a distraction. But I get to go on vacation every day because I'm doing something that I love. I don't ever plan on retiring. I don't ever plan on quitting what I plan to do in life because I don't ever plan on doing something that I would ever want to quit. And this right here, I don't want to stop this because I love interacting with you guys. I love reading your comments. I read every single comment. There's over 100,000 comments on this channel now. I've read almost every single one of them. I even try to read all of the paragraphs that you guys send me. Some of you guys write a freaking novel in the comment section. I at least try to read them. Anyway, guys, we're back, and we are going to have some fun this year. I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. As always, if you did, consider hitting that like and subscribe button. But for now, though, guys, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Oh, I got a real good feeling.